Now, where do we start from? The banknote. Some persons have said the CBN is wrong, but we have said consistently here, TV, that there is no policy of government that will be favorable to all citizens at the same time. Some persons must be hurt by government policies, and some will benefit. The CBN came out yesterday to say they want to change the naira note, and some persons have asked, is that the most important thing you need to do to check inflation that is double digit already? Well, if you check through Google, you'll be told that notes are changed to mop up monies, old monies in market, and also to check inflation. The CBN has told us that there are about 2.77 trillion naira notes circulating across the country, which they want to mop up.
That are not within the banking
system. And TV, some persons, economic analysts have said that this would drop the GDP of the country. How? You ask people, all of a sudden, people preparing for election, some people are already angry, trying to leave the country. Some people, farmers stacked money in houses. You ask them to bring the money, to go and dump the money in the bank. Production will stop because they are thinking, oh, how will I mop up all this money and take to the bank? Away from that, some persons also have the belief that dollar rate that is 700 naira or so in the black market will increase because most persons will want to go and exchange and keep dollar because they don't want to be.
The dollar at the parallel market reports were getting indicate that it fell. By virtue of just the pronouncement that the CBN made yesterday.
To how much now?
Just a little lower than
700.
700 that we've been seeing.
Well, I believe that the CBN, who are the chief economists of the country, they have calculated, they have looked, they have checked with the experts, and they know that probably if this step is taken, it will check inflation and also check corruption. But politicians will not always agree with this kind of policies because they will see themselves as a target. They want to target them to bring out the money they've stashed in their houses for campaign and election, to expose them, to bring them to the bank.
Maybe it also appears President Muhammadu Buhari is very used to changing currencies. Recall in 1984,
yes,
he did the same thing, as military head of state. But then there are those who are reading political meanings into this, that just like you mentioned, that some politicians have stashed some monies waiting to buy votes in February. And that's the reason why some persons are raising issues with the deadline. That if the United Kingdom will give almost a year for people
to change,
a particular currency that they had to change to polymer and all of that, then why will it be just a matter
That's the question. Why the rush? Why the rush? And some persons have said, why did the CBN come with this idea early in the year or last year? And I told them, I said, you see, as a leader, ideas come in. Even at the tail end of the administration, maybe the president will have a super idea, and you don't blame him. It's not the time of the idea that matters, but we are saying the time frame for the change is too close to election, and it gives room for people to raise eyebrows and people to ask questions. Is the ruling government, is the ruling party using the CBN to expose politicians in the opposition party who have money to do, who have stashed money to do campaign? Well, I'm not concluding that they've stashed money, but that is how it looks. That is, if you say 2.77 trillion naira is stashed in homes and wherever, and you want to mop them.
I was even asking myself, with the exchange rate and the value of the naira, will I prefer to stash naira notes or to stash dollars or other foreign currencies? But perhaps the CBN, just like the governor said, based on statistics, he was rolling out a number of statistics, as it were. But perhaps maybe what they captured or did not capture, because possibly he did not say that, is that, look, just 2 Saturdays ago, Abulu, I was in Makodi. I walked into a bakery to get bread, and I paid for it. The change they gave me, they were supposed to give me 400 naira change. So the young man brought two 200 naira notes. The other one was so mutilated, so bad. I told him, young man, I can't receive this. It's too bad. And that was based on my previous experience. Because at some point, had some money that I could not, even if you take to fuel, because those days they would tell us we'll take to fuel stations,
they will collect it.
Fuel stations refused to collect it from me. So I had that experience, and I told myself, even if I collect this 200 and I take to a fuel station, they still may not, So a number of such currency notes have been lost in the process, the fact that they've been mutilated.
That is why the CBN has a policy on mutilated notes, and that is one of the reasons why they stopped people spraying money overhead during parties, and even spraying money at all.
That one, because there's a law.
There's a law against it. Yes. TV, there are so many other things we need to look at. Redesigning the naira. Whose image is going to be there? What kind of write-up is going to be there? Are we going to have? We are.
No, with the redesign, the same faces that you see on.
Are you sure?
Notes, yes, the same faces that you see on those notes. Perhaps it's just the design, the security features, and all of that. It's not a new currency. It's not a new note.
Is that a new note?
It's a new note. We now start thinking.
So are they designed to be water resistant, or to be heat resistant, or to be fair? If you go
I know that
you see a lot
of denominations, 50, 200, 50, 20, 10, 5. Those were the ones. Those are the ones that have the polymer. That are water resistant. But we've seen how they've washed off. Some of them, when they give you to you, it's just the color that you could identify that, okay, maybe this is a 50 naira note, this is a 20. You can't even see anything.
A few days ago, the CBN said they want to have 100% cashless. And some economic analysts have asked, is this a way you want to achieve that? Because, as you have said, TV, the time frame to end the change is short, which means you're going to put people under duress. People are going to be frustrated in trying, just like when you say change to BVN the other time, you saw the number of queues, even when it was shifted, they even the NIMSI, for people to register NIMSI, you see the short time that was given, you see how people are rushing. So, Nigerians like last hour rush. The time frame is too short. Make it, even if after election, it's not a bad idea. Even till make it May 29, and give enough time for the change. The other things, TV, that we would like to know, as the CBN is changing the note, what happened, in 2014, I think the 100 naira and so were changed to polymer and 50 naira. What happened to coins? Some persons have asked, are we not bringing back our coins?
If they bring back the abul, will you carry it?
No, seriously. If you go to these countries that we pride ourselves, we go to Europe, you see they still have coins that they use. If you go to game stations, for example, I'm in Abuja now. I know there's what they call the Magic Land. They have a fun spot where you slot in coins. What happened to our coins?
When you take your children there, you give them the
naira, and they give
you coins that you throw in.
But why can't we use our coins? Away from that, seriously, if the CBN thinks that this is a good move to check the double-digit inflation, if they think that this is a good move to check corruption, if they think that this is a good move to stabilize the economy, they should go ahead. But I have said questions will be asked.
Indeed, what you cannot take away from the Central Bank of Nigeria is the fact that, going by the Establishment Act, they have the right to issue new notes. They have the right to redesign and all of that. So they're not doing anything outside the law. Legally, they have the right to do that. But they've also given us reasons. It's now left for us to interrogate